Hi, guys. Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Emmeline. This is called the Life Psychology Podcast. It's not the name on the channel, but if you go on Spotify, that's what I have if you're interested. But happy Saturday. I just got back from the gym. I went to mat Pilates class, which was really fun. And then afterwards, I walked over to the farmer's market, which was only 5 minutes away from the gym. And I actually had a goal for myself, which was to go in there, walk the entire market, really get to see what they're offering, and not buy anything. That was my entire goal walking in there. It was like a social experiment for myself. But the past couple of weeks, I have been trying to practice self-control, and I wanted to talk about the things that I've been doing to help control my impulsiveness, control feeling envious or feeling easily influenced by these social media marketing, which as women, I feel like we're not easily, but we're more targeted for these marketing schemes just because of the lifestyle that we've curated for ourselves. And there's a lot of companies trying to get our money. And I just wanted I wanted to pop the bubble for me, especially I live in San Diego. It's very like Barbie land, if you've heard that meme on TikTok. I feel like we're our own little bubble. And as much as, sometimes I do want to live a certain lifestyle, the one that everybody else has in the city, I know for myself that it's not something that I necessarily need, and that there are better ways for me to spend my money. And so I really have been trying to be more conscious about my spending, impulsiveness, shopping, and all of that. I think that the only things I've been spending my money on are things I can use for my upcoming trip to New York, which are winter coats, and I think that's an essential. I'm trying not to get myself a long coat as much as I want to have one, because I know that I live in San Diego and I'm never going to use that long coat ever again. So I'm trying to find a nice in between so that I'm still warm and I'm enjoying myself in New York while I'm not making these big purchases for something that I'm only going to use one time. So yeah, that's an example of how I'm trying to really be more conscious about what I'm purchasing. And I want to make another video about this, about investing and stuff like that, but that's another thing that I've been really obsessed with. I think that in order for anyone to practice self-control, you have to have a healthy obsession on something that's productive. Something that I've noticed is that everybody has some sort of addiction, whether it's with food or shopping, or the gym can be an addiction. Anything, right? Everybody has something that they're addicted with, something they're obsessed with, whether it's like a phase temporarily or something more long term, and we're not really aware of it. And I think that I've developed some unhealthy addictions in the past couple years of my life, and I'm trying to make myself aware of these like little behaviors that I do, and I'm trying to watch how my mind is thinking about certain things and how I can stop myself, because my entire goal this fall season is to really be more in control of what I have, whether it's with my money, with my health, what I consume, the things I put on my face. How can I really improve myself so that I set up myself for success for 2026? And that's my entire goal, and that's what I really want to focus on. But sometimes I go on social media, I go on TikTok, and I easily lose myself into these like fall trends and like fall shoes that you should have, or like 10 things that I find chic, and then I try to imitate that lifestyle, and I end up losing my truest identity. As I mentioned in the past video, that I feel like the more similar you are to other people, the more you lose your own personality, your own style, your own identity. And I think that we need to encourage more differences. We need to encourage finding your own style and not just going on Pinterest and whatever looks cool, we end up trying to emulate, which is nothing bad. I just feel like before you dive into those things, you definitely need to get to know yourself better, especially if you're if you're younger and you have social media on your phone all the time and you're being easily influenced into buying these things. I think I do have a lot of regrets for the things that I've have in my vanity right now, and I wish I didn't buy it. But now that I'm trying to go back to minimalism, I'm really gonna use up all of those products so I can really start in a clean slate. So that's what I've been trying to be more obsessed with, other than like what I am usually addicted with. I don't want to say that I have a sugar addiction, but I feel like I do. I don't want to self-diagnose myself, but I did notice that whenever I'm stressed, I tend to eat something sweet, something to kind of counter this feeling of like nervousness, anxiety, whatever it is that I'm panicking over, whether it's at work, like feeling overwhelmed with other things, like things I'm hearing on the news. Like any time I feel uncomfortable, I treat myself to something good, whether it's going on the Abercrombie app and trying to shop for something that I don't really need, or going on a drive to go get myself some food or take out food when I already have food here at home. So those are just patterns that I've noticed with myself. Like, I really encourage everyone to look at what they usually have, or the lifestyle they've built for themselves, and really try to find ways to switch those things with healthier options. So before I signed up myself for a gym membership, I had a 3-day weekend for myself because I only work 4 days, and I didn't know what to do with those 3 days. And so out of boredom, I'll go to the mall and maybe go window shopping and then end up buying myself something that I don't need. And I'm always trying to find ways to elevate my wardrobe or my capsule wardrobe, but is it really the style that aligns with me, or is it something that I'm seeing on Pinterest and I'm trying to rebuild that for myself? Because I'm seeing a lot of people who are going on TikTok saying that like they're buying clothes to fit into this certain mold of femininity, and it doesn't necessarily fit the lifestyle that they live. Like I live in San Diego. On the weekends, I have a lot of errands to do, especially when you have pets. You have to walk them every day. And so most of the time, I want to wear leggings or biker shorts because the things that I'm doing are active. So it doesn't really make sense for me to be purchasing trousers or like jeans when I rarely wear jeans. And I don't really have a purpose for that in my lifestyle. And so when I'm looking at fall trends, I'm thinking I need those boot cut jeans because that's what's trending and that's what's chic right now for fall. And I ended up buying myself boot cut jeans, and I wear it to work sometimes whenever it's casual Fridays. But the thing is, like, how much can I use those jeans? Like, how much? Like, when most of the time I'm really just in comfortable clothing and like sweats or sports bras. And yeah, I think it's just like a wake-up call for me to like to separate myself from this idea of being a chic, cool girl. And as much as I do want to achieve that kind of lifestyle for myself, sometimes like it just takes listening to what you actually need and like the utilities that you need in your day-to-day life to achieve that. And I feel like whenever we look at videos of like 10 things I find chic, we start to think that we also need those things to be chic. But in reality, those things are the things that they do because those help them, those fit their lifestyle. It's not about a certain category of being chic. It's about liking the things that you like because you need it in your own life. And social media, I feel like, have been trying to make style singular or make it more universal. But I feel like fashion is supposed to be different. It's supposed to make you go, oh wow, that's different, that's new. It's supposed to shock you, it's supposed to offer something new all the time. And that ties into fast fashion. But I feel like, if like, in a sense of like minimalism, like, yes, minimalism comes in a certain aesthetic, but I feel like what people are the concept that people are losing in the process of starting this minimalist journey is utility and fitting it into their own lifestyle. So that's what I'm trying to learn this second time around, that I'm trying to find myself back into the life of becoming a minimalist. And yeah, it's tough because I have a certain image in my brain that's ingrained now from watching all of these TikTok videos and social media and going on Pinterest and creating these mood boards, that it's hard for me to think on my own on how I can make my lifestyle be more chic, appear more chic for myself instead of like for showing up for other people. And that's hard. If you're not if you're not a guy, I mean, if you're a girl, no, if you're a guy, I'm sorry, like, but this video I don't think is going to be relatable at all. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I feel like I went on a tangent on the whole fashion aesthetic wise. But anyway, the point of that is to make people realize, or to make myself realize, that everything is a trend. Everything, you can easily be influenced by a single post on social media, by anything you see. Like, a single second that you open TikTok, you're already influenced by the first couple of seconds in a video. And that's how advanced marketing has gotten in the past couple of years, especially in this age of technology and AI and stuff like that. So if you are someone who wants to not fall victim or to not fall for these marketing schemes, I would really look deeply into these patterns that that's being presented to us. Just be more observant, listen, and try to think with two minds instead of one, and following whatever you see right away, but having a different voice in your head to think for yourself, not what other people are telling us to do. But yeah, ever since I got myself that gym membership, that's how I've been spending my weekends. I've been at the gym like 3 days, all 3 days of my day offs, because I feel like that's a better investment for myself rather than going to the mall. Even though before I used to justify going to the mall as a way to get my steps in. Oh my gosh, girl math is like crazy. But now, instead of going to the gym, I'll go to the treadmill at the gym and watch myself like a podcast or something, to keep that momentum going of being productive, being motivated to see how much I can change in the span of 3 months before 2025 ends. And it's just been such a rewarding couple of weeks, just trying to test myself out, like how much can I really commit to this change that I'm speaking about on my YouTube, on my channel. And yeah, it's one way to hold myself accountable. And if you know that you have a certain pattern in your lifestyle that you want to change or improve, trying to find better alternatives, like getting yourself a gym membership, or signing yourself up for classes, yoga, whatever it is that you think will benefit you most, and try to fill your time with things that are going to help shift your mindset. Another thing that I started doing is I've been going to coffee shops lately, which I think is like a double-edged sword, because I end up spending money on drinks because I can't just stay in a coffee shop and not get myself something. But that is how I've been trying to help myself focus on the work that I have to do over the weekends. And instead, I used to do that. I still do sometimes if I really need to focus. But instead of going to the coffee shop, I'll set myself up a nice workspace here in the kitchen, make myself some matcha, grab myself some some pastries. I got apples, bananas, like things that are just healthier options, whatever it is that I already have at home. And I create that same vibe of workspace here at home. I play some jazz music in the background. I pull out my laptop, drink my matcha, drink my coffee, and I try to emulate that so that I can so I can trick my mind into thinking that this is another way for me to stay focused and productive. So there's a lot of ways that you can, try to practice self-control, try to stay away from consumerism. I know it's hard. I know, yeah, it's not easy. But if you just take the smallest steps and kind of build from there, I definitely think that you can do it. Like I always say, like, practice. No matter how many times you try, it doesn't matter, as long as you keep trying. And when the moment that you give up, then no one else is going to be there to tell you, keep going. It's only you against your own mind and the person who you were yesterday. So really try to pull in that motivation within yourself and tell yourself, who are you really doing this for? Like, who are you spending this money for? A fake personality that you're trying to make yourself fit in, like, into the society? I don't know. Like, just tell yourself, like, even go to ChatGPT and prompt it to say things that will make you not overconsume and make you stronger against, like, being influenced. There's so many ways to do it, and I think that this is just one of the many videos that you'll probably watch online or on YouTube that's going to help you get there. Okay, and there's so many videos out there. There's self-help, the content creators that are really huge on YouTube. Go ahead and search them up. Just do something instead of listening to music. Maybe go listen to podcasts, because all of these things that we're doing subconsciously, whatever it is that we're listening to, they do seep into our consciousness. And when you're listening to music, honestly, for me, I always like to be multifunctional. I like to do things at the same time. And so if I'm on a drive at work, and I'm just listening to music, I see it as a waste of time, because I could be listening to a podcast that's educational about medicine or about health and wellness. So I try to do things at the same time, and I'm working, getting my pay, while also educating myself, things that I would do while I'm walking, doing my steps on a weekend. So just trying to find ways to maximize my productivity. And a lot of that has also come from just watching content creators who are also trying to motivate other people to be healthier, to get things done, to, like, not biohack, but like hack their brains into productivity, into rewiring their mindset and becoming the best version of themselves. I love those contents. But anyway, I think I don't think I even said anything important in this video, but that was just like something that I've been thinking about lately. I do want to make more videos on, like, how I've been trying to manage my finances, my income, how I'm splitting it, and how I'm investing things into different accounts. I'm still learning. But I highly encourage everyone to be more smart with their money, especially during these times. You just really never know what could happen. And as much as we try to think, the YOLO saying, it's still nice to have some sort of, like, financial backing to keep yourself safe if anything happens. Not to be a downer, but it is some serious some serious problems that we've got going on, and I don't want to live in a bubble. I want to be serious about my life. I want to have my own back if things go south, and I think you guys should too. Anyway, that was everything I wanted to talk about in this video, and I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.